Hey everyone, in this video we're going to show you how to draw an American football. So grab your pencils and let's get drawing. I'll give you some facts along the way, but first things first, we'll draw the shape of the football, which is typically, you'll see this type of shape over here. Kind of a lemon-like shape. And you just want to make sure there's some curvature to it, as well as obviously making sure that it doesn't look too round either, right? It's definitely not round. So that's the starting point of the drawing. Just making sure that your lines are there. You might have another, if that's the outside, the outer line might be over here, and another line is over here. Those are the seams actually, right? So kind of have a seam down here, you have a seam up here. So let's work on this. And actually on the upper seam, we're gonna show the stitches. So I'll put the lines there for now, but I will definitely do them a lot better than that, okay? So don't you worry. They say that football was actually the sport of rugby until 1882. So they say in that year, new rules were established that allowed it to become football. The main rules that were established was each team essentially had 3 tries to get, I think, 5 yards or 10, or at the time it was 5, I know it's 10 now. But they had 3 tries to get to those 5 or 10 yards, and that's kind of how the rules changed and how the sport changed. So it was really just rugby until that point. So that was 1882. So it's really interesting, and obviously football is a very well-known American sport. Referred to football, and I think in Europe football means soccer, but we're talking about American football here, so keep that in mind. So on this football shape, we want to make sure that the shape is good, so I'm just kind of cleaning it up. Why don't I speed this part up and just make sure that my shape is good, and we can, I'll be right back. Okay, so just did some cleaning up. Down at the bottom, we're gonna have some grass. So down over here, I purposely kept that in that shape because we're gonna have the football just kind of sitting in the lawn, and just kind of a way to do that. So I'm just gonna grab maybe a darker pencil as well and just kind of start the process of showing you that this is sitting in the grass. Okay. Around here, what we typically want to do is get some shading down, because this is going to be below the light source, which is probably typically around here. Natural sunlight, right? So we'll start with this process of putting in some shading down at the base, and you'll start to see this looks a little more realistic as a result. You'll also see that I specifically darkened up some of the lines. And the reason I did that is just because the way that the football is shaped, there is actually some ridges on there that has some very, very specific and clear lines. So I definitely want to make sure that those are visible. The other thing I really tried to do is make sure that there's no point over here, because the football really doesn't have a point per se. The point is somewhat of a nub. And it's the joining of each of these pieces. There's actually, I think, 4 pieces on the football. So the football has 4 pieces like this, and you really don't want it to go to a point. I think that's what I was getting tripped up on. And as a result, I just kind of did some erasing. So hopefully you saw that and you're avoiding that mistake as well. So yeah, we're starting to put this thing together. One of the toughest things that I would say is, part of this drawing is actually some of the laces. They call them the laces, right? The stitching right over here. So if we have this stitching piece here, let's see how we can draw this and make it look as realistic as possible. So right over here, you're gonna have 1 stitch over here, and you go over, and you get another stitch over here. So let's just speed this part up. I'll just put the stitching on and I'll come right back. Okay, so I put the rough part of the stitching on, and I purposely specifically did the stitching smaller as I went away and larger as we were coming towards us, because of course the stitching is going to look larger towards and smaller as you go away. So this kind of pattern on the football is what I did, okay? Now what you want to do is maybe just add in a little bit of lines on there just to kind of clean it up, make it look a little more realistic. So let's do that, just make sure we're happy with this and it looks clean and neat and all that. Now, if you're doing that, what you might also want to do is clean up this line around it. So this line should be a little more pronounced and a little more solid and less faded. And the other thing is that around this stitching, there's sometimes typically, well, let's use a darker pencil. I'll sharpen it real quick. So typically around here, you're going to have this piece that kind of goes out and goes like this, okay? And I think it's a stitching, right? So kind of goes like this. And then back like that. So, and if you want, you can draw it as a solid line after you do the dots. I think the dots show that it's a stitching piece, but the solid line just kind of ties it all together, right? Now on the other side, you do have it, but it's very, very subtle because this is a curved piece, right? So you're not really going to see it as much. So you might be a little more inclined to just keep it, as they say, tucked in just ever so slightly like that, okay? Yeah, so from there we might want to clean up some lines over here. And just continue the process of getting our shading together. So over here we might want to have some shading that goes around here. And what I might also want to do is actually use this nice dark sharp pencil to further accent some of the stitching. It started to go away and you don't want that, so let's go and just fix up some of the stitching as well. Yeah, see, that's already looking a lot better. And I'll just do that on the other side real quick. Just meant to be a quick fix, right? All right, so now we're starting to pull this all together. Shading is one of the toughest things with footballs, drawing footballs. The reason is sometimes you do have some, what we call, some brighter parts to the football that you really need to show. So let me grab my other eraser. Just has a bit more of a sharper point to it. And what I want to do is actually get on here a thin line right below this dark line over here. I usually have my other pencil, my other thinner erasers, but I don't know where I put them, so. But I don't need it, look how that looks. So that's really all I wanted to do. So hopefully you can do the same. Now, because I did that, I want to prioritize this dark straight line that's going to go there. Okay, now if that's going to go there, you got to be really careful, right? So let's continue doing that. Also, they say too that that's why the football field looks like what they call a gridiron with all these lines on it, because when they changed the rules to the game, they had to kind of tell the players, how far away were they from the next, 5 or 10 yards or the next goal point, next post, if you will. So that's kind of how and why there's all these like grid lines on the football field. So keep that in mind as well. And they actually say that the kickers got a lot more respect back in the day because there would be more kicking than there is today. And the reason is because there was actually more points for a field goal, like a kick, than there was for, a touchdown, right? A touchdown actually had fewer points. So believe it or not, there was actually a lot more respect for the kickers back in the day. So are you a football fan? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Also, let me know if you're drawing along, and let me know how this is going for you. I think we hope people are drawing along. We're not really, we're always sure. So we have the ridge, we have this bright point. And the reason that bright point is really there is because there's kind of this ridge-like piece in there, like I tried to just explain. So if there is a ridge in there, you typically want to, use your pencil to get some shadows right below it, just right below it like this, okay? And notice how that bright line, it was a little too thick. I'm also thinning out the thickness of that bright line, the ridge line as they call it. So I'm purposely doing that. So hopefully you're doing that as well, and hopefully it's going okay for you. So I'm gonna speed this part up for a bit and meet you back on the other side. Okay, so I'm still working on it. You can see what I did was I put some shading in between the stitching. So you don't want to shade on the stitch, you actually want to shade away from the stitch. Some of my smudging actually resulted in some darker tones on the stitching, so I'm going to clean that up right now and I'll show you how to do that. Just get your pencil, your eraser, and a sharp point on that eraser to kind of go over that, and then just grab your pencil again and just kind of re-establish where those stitches were. There's probably better ways to do that, but this is just kind of a quick and simple way to do that. So you can do that just like that. So starting to look a little bit better. I purposely over smudged because I know that I'm going to erase later. So I purposely over smudged over here. So if you saw that, it was just a technique that I used just kind of to clean it up later after the fact. Okay. What I would probably say is last is just to make sure that this part doesn't look too bright. And I think it does. And I think what you want to do is just get your pencil in here and just try to put a little bit of shading in there if you can. And if you can, try to keep it between the stitches, right? The stitches are there, and you don't really want, your pencil to kind of get in there, right? So keep that in mind. I'm going to be really careful here, but I'm just worried that I probably will go over the lines. But no problem if you do, no problem if you do. So I'm going to use my eraser to kind of just get rid of some of this stuff that went over the edge. I think we're looking a bit better already. And then lastly, what I want to do is just get some of these finer lines with a nice darker kind of and sharp tip, just like that. And even just over here, just to show that, there's a nice boundary from the background white to the drawing itself. In this case, what I'll do is I'll just kind of make sure that I'm really clear that this football is meant to be in the grass. And in that case, if your football is visible through these blades of grass, keep going until it's not visible. So I think I'm like 80% there. And if I want, I can grab even another pencil, maybe a charcoal pencil, just to kind of show that this is doable. Yeah, pretty much it. Let's see what else. Let's see what else I can tell you about football. So earlier I was saying that the field goals are actually worth a lot more, and it's right. So yeah. So the field goals were worth 5 back in the day, and touchdowns were only worth 4. So that's why more players kicked back in the day, and the kickers had a lot more respect, like I was trying to say. So that's just one of the things that I dug up before doing this drawing. And believe it or not, the last thing that I'll say that was like pretty incredible to learn is that in the early days, the forward pass was actually illegal. So most of the plays were actually pass backs. You had to pass the ball back to the other player, and they had to run forward with it. So the forward pass was illegal back in the day, like long time ago, right? Of course, the game has evolved, and you can pass forward now, and there's obviously a lot of changes with the game and the sport. But that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed that drawing. Let me just try to finally clean this up and just make sure that we're happy with this drawing. But yeah, I'm pretty good with that. So that's how you draw an American football. At this point, I'll say thank you so much for watching and have a great day.